Welcome to this edition of Union News, your essential update on what's happening across the UK's trade union and labour movement. From the latest industrial actions and workplace campaigns to in-depth analyses of policy changes impacting workers, we've got you covered. Reports are brought to you by Pat Harrington, providing insightful coverage and commentary on the key issues shaping the labour landscape. Accompanying the news, Tim Bragg provides the music. Stay informed, stay engaged, and join us as we delve into the stories and voices driving change in the world of work.
Livv housing workers fight back against strike breaking. Livv housing workers, represented by Unison and Unite, are preparing for a significant strike on Monday, the 6th of January, in their ongoing battle for fair treatment. This action is a direct response to Livv housing's refusal to engage meaningfully with their concerns. Despite holding reserves exceeding £110 million, the company has chosen to undermine the strike by bringing in contractors, a move seen by workers as an attempt to weaken their collective power. The workers are fighting for better pay, improved working conditions, and respect for their roles. Many have expressed frustration over Livv housing's apparent prioritization of financial reserves over the welfare of its workforce. This strike highlights the growing tension between corporate decision-makers and the employees who keep their operations running. Workers are standing firm, determined to push back against what they see as exploitative practices. Solidarity is at the heart of this action. Unison and Unite have called on members of the community to join the picket line at Livv head office, King's Business Park, Prescott, from 7:30 a.m. The visible presence of supporters sends a powerful message that the workers are not alone in their fight. Union leaders have criticized Livv housing's approach as indicative of a broader trend of corporate disregard for workers' rights. By hiring contractors to break the strike, the company risks alienating not only its staff but also the wider public, who are increasingly aware of the importance of ethical employment practices. Supporters can follow updates on Twitter via @KnowsleyUnison and are urged to amplify the workers' message. This strike is not just about Livv housing, it is about setting a precedent for how workers in similar roles across the country should be treated.
Dundee workers stand strong against pay cuts. Technicians at Safehouse Habitats in Dundee have entered a critical phase of their strike action. The 3-month strike, which began on the 11th of November, reflects workers' growing anger over pay cuts and deteriorating conditions. Members of Unite are protesting against the company's refusal to grant a pay rise and its decision to slash sick pay entitlements from 6 months' full pay to the legal minimum. This strike comes after a history of sacrifice. Workers accepted a 3% pay reduction 2 years ago to access the sick pay scheme, demonstrating their willingness to compromise for fairness. However, Safehouse Habitats, which boasts assets of £5.3 million, is now reneging on these commitments. Workers feel betrayed by what they see as unjust changes imposed by a profitable company. The strike has highlighted the growing frustration among the workforce. Many technicians have described feeling undervalued despite the crucial role they play in creating shelters for oil and gas facilities. Their determination to resist these changes underscores the importance of collective action in the face of corporate intransigence. Unite has been vocal in its criticism of the company, pointing out the stark contrast between its healthy financial position and the treatment of its workers. The union has also warned that cutting sick pay to the legal minimum could set a dangerous precedent for other industries. The strike will continue daily until the 2nd of February unless an agreement is reached. For updates and further coverage, supporters are encouraged to read the Morning Star and follow Union News to show solidarity with the workers' fight for dignity and fairness.
Prince's food workers demand fair pay. Workers at Prince's food factories across the UK are ramping up their efforts to secure fair pay. The strikes, organised by Unite, are a direct response to the new owners, Newlat SPA, offering a mere 3% pay rise. This falls far short of the promises made by previous management and is inadequate given the rising cost of living. Production at multiple facilities is expected to be disrupted throughout January as workers from locations such as Bradford, Wisbech, and Cardiff join the action. Unite has criticised Newlat for prioritising profits, with the company forecasting €188 million in annual profits while expecting its UK operations to generate 20% of its revenues. The workers argue that their roles are physically demanding and essential to the production of household food products. They feel that the company's current offer fails to recognize their contribution or the challenges they face in an increasingly expensive economy. Union leaders have emphasized the need for collective action, encouraging communities to stand with the workers. The strikes are not just about a pay rise, they are about ensuring that promises made to the workforce are honored and that workers are treated with the respect they deserve. With strikes planned throughout January, Unite is calling on supporters to back the workers' demands for justice and fair pay. These actions serve as a reminder of the power of collective resistance in the face of corporate indifference.
Birmingham bin workers defend pay and safety. Birmingham bin workers are taking a stand to protect their pay and workplace safety. Over 350 Unite members are striking against Birmingham City Council's decision to abolish the Waste Recycling and Collection Officer (WRCO) role. This move threatens to cut £8,000 a year from workers' salaries and could significantly reduce their pensions. The council's decision has drawn widespread criticism for its potential to compromise safety standards in what is already a hazardous job. Workers argue that the removal of the WRCO role places undue strain on crews, increasing the risk of accidents while also impacting the quality of service delivery. The strikes, which began in January, will continue intermittently through February and March. Alongside the walkouts, workers have implemented an overtime ban and strict work-to-rule practices, causing widespread disruption across the city. Unite has warned that the council's actions could lead to longer-term consequences for the community. Union leaders have called on the public to support the workers, stressing that their fight is not just about pay but about ensuring safe working conditions for all. They have also highlighted the broader implications of the council's decision, which could set a dangerous precedent for other local authorities. With multiple strike dates planned, workers are urging the council to reconsider its position. The public is encouraged to show solidarity and pressure the council into reversing these harmful changes.
Museum security guards fight for fair pay. Security guards at 3 of the UK's most prominent museums are striking for fair pay and better conditions. Represented by the United Voices of the World, UVW, union, the guards are demanding a wage increase to £16 an hour, improved sick pay, and an additional week of holiday to help cope with the cost of living crisis. These workers, outsourced to Wilson James, have seen their wages stagnate, with only a 1.2% total increase between 2019 and 2021. Many feel their contributions to the museum's operations are undervalued, especially given the rising costs of everyday living. UVW argues that the current pay structure fails to reflect the inflationary pressures on workers. The strikes, planned from 17 to the 21st of January, will impact the Science Museum, Victoria and Albert Museum, and Natural History Museum. UVW has called on the public to support the workers by avoiding the museums during strike days and contributing to the strike fund. The action has highlighted the exploitation often faced by outsourced workers, who are denied the benefits and protections afforded to directly employed staff. UVW has urged museums to reconsider their reliance on outsourcing and to bring these workers in-house. Public support is vital to the success of this strike. By standing with the guards, supporters can help amplify their demands for fairness and contribute to a wider conversation about workers' rights in cultural institutions. And finally, film screening, Censoring Palestine. The powerful new film Censoring Palestine explores the silencing of Palestinian voices across media, entertainment, and education. Produced by Platform Films, it features Alexei Sayle and the mothers of imprisoned protesters. The film premieres on Wednesday, the 22nd of January, at Genesis Cinema in London, followed by a discussion with the filmmakers. Additional screenings are scheduled in Portsmouth on the 23rd and the 26th of January, with details available on the Platform Films Facebook page. This is a vital opportunity to engage with the ongoing struggle for Palestinian justice and amplify silenced voices.